Or 906, which is a presentation, a proclamation designating the month of June 2022 as Elder Independent Adult Awareness Month in Lake County, and B, presentation of changes to the state reporting law related to elder abuse. And with that, I have
Start with the proclamation.
Yeah, we'll start with the proclamation.
Could have everybody come up. Come on up here, please.
Okay.
And then we'll do the presentation. I'll go through the proclamation and we'll turn it over to you guys. Can you hear me? Excellent.
Always.
Making sure. Board of Supervisors, County of Lake, State of California Proclamation, designating the month of June 2022 as Elder Independent Adult Awareness Month. Whereas the Lake County seniors and dependent adults are valued members of society, and it is our collective desire to ensure they live safely and with dignity. And whereas abuse of elders and dependent adults is a tragedy inflicted on vulnerable adults and an ever-increasing problem in today's society that crosses socioeconomic boundaries. And whereas combating the abuse of elder and dependent adults will help improve the quality of life for all citizens and will allow elder and dependent adults to continue to live as independently as possible and contribute to the vibrancy of Lake County. And whereas the Lake County is committed to raising awareness about issues facing elder and dependent adults and helping all individuals thrive in communities for as long as possible. And whereas Lake County promotes building safer communities for all of our citizens. And whereas increased awareness of issues of elder and dependent adult abuse increases the likelihood of reporting and successfully prosecuting those who abuse Lake County's vulnerable seniors and dependent adults. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Lake County Board of Supervisors, along with the Lake County Department of Social Services, does hereby designate June 2022 as Elder and Adult Dependent Awareness Month, passed and adopted on the 28th day of June 2022, and signed by the Chair of the Board of Supervisors.
Thank you.
We'll do the picture now, Sam, or at the end?
Either way.
Let's get it done right now. Yes. We'll do it even.
Yeah, oh, good. Oh, nice. I think I'll take a picture now. Great, okay, perfect, thank you.
Would you like to say anything?
Thank you so much. My name is Amy Szymanski. I'm the Program Manager for Adult Services of Lake County Social Services. I'd like to thank the members of the board for making this proclamation on behalf of all seniors and dependent adults in Lake County. Unfortunately, elder abuse is more common than any of us would like to think about. There are several types of elder abuse, which include not just physical or emotional abuse, but sexual abuse, isolation, abandonment or neglect, financial abuse, and self-neglect. Knowledge of the types can help us protect our senior and dependent adults in the community. I encourage everyone to be aware of the warning signs of elder abuse, such as an injury that's inconsistent with the reported cause or a recent change in the elder's behavior, missing items such as personal belongings or credit cards, having a caregiver that is indifferent or aggressive towards them. If you suspect elder or dependent adult abuse in Lake County, you can call the Adult Protective Services Department at 707-995-4244 and make a report. On behalf of the hardworking members of Adult Protective Services Department, I'd like to thank you for your time and for bringing awareness to such an important issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the board or?
I think Crystal's.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know that she's ready to speak.
Crystal, did you want to go over the presentation on, let's see, presentation of changes to the state reporting law related to elder abuse? Or is that someone else that's making that?
She can't hear.
It's really quiet.
Yeah, it does sound like there's some kind of noise and that we're just not getting it.
I don't think she
Oh, we
knows.
could, it's really low.
Yeah, I don't.
We can't hear you, Crystal.
Crystal, I'm not seeing activity levels on your microphone and Zoom.
Okay.
You might
What
have.
about, what about now?
You got it. Perfect. Thank you.
So I just want to thank the board for making this proclamation. We will come back to the board with a full presentation on the changes in the reporting law and also on, at the state level, an expansion of services to seniors. And while it's not a broad expansion, it really does mark a change in terms of focus on this really important population in the state. And so I think we can look forward to more expansion at a future time. But we'll be back to give a presentation on that.
Okay. All right. So, any questions? Supervisor
I'll
Buck?
say something real quick. I appreciate the proclamation and the work that we do. We are a much more elderly population. We're about 10 years above the state average, which means we have a lot of retired folks here and a lot of elderly. They're vulnerable just the same as when we do child abuse awareness and things like that. To me, it's the exact same type of vulnerable populations that we should be protecting. And the fact that we are an elderly population, based on our statistics and population data, means that it's that much more important that we make sure that we protect our seniors and our elderly from those types of abuses. So I appreciate the work done by social services and adult protective services.
Thank you for that, and I could not agree more. I think that, this is, I'm really hoping just the start of expansion of these services. As I mentioned before, the funding for child welfare or child protective services, as it's sometimes referred to, is enormous relative to the funding that has been designated for adult services or adult protective services. So I hope this is just the start of that.
Yeah, no, I do too. And just speaking from experience, in knowing that in our county, the struggles we have with our seniors, I get calls from seniors quite frequently dealing with situations where they were charged more than they were needed to for rides, things like that. People that are sometimes deemed as in-home supportive services or even just portray as one and aren't really put through the system will take advantage not only of their finances but also of their, of their prescriptions. And that's where it gets on the street at times, because a lot of seniors are given stuff for pain management. And so in those situations, that contributes to the situations we have in Lake County, And so I get frequent calls, and I know, Tina, you've come in my district to see some of the gentlemen and ladies that have been affected by that as well. So I appreciate knowing that we're going to get something to help with that. If there is funding coming down the stream, that's very important. Our senior centers, with the area agency on aging, some of those only supply a certain amount, so any type of other ancillary funding could help at any given time. And so thank you for this presentation and the discussion. Is there
Absolutely.
anything from the public, anybody from the public that would like to speak on this? Mary? Did you have anything else to add, Crystal? I just wanted to make sure.
No, just that I do think this warrants a presentation of what is available and what is not, because this is over 30% of our population that we're talking about, and it is important. And while I think it's important to talk about what is available. It's also important to bring awareness to what the limitations are within the system. And so we will come back and do a report that combines both adult services and AAA in terms of what is available to seniors on the local level.
All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So I don't see anybody on Zoom neither, so I'll bring it back to the board. If there's nothing else, so we'll close this item.